Space engineers, welcome back to Aries Colony. Wellington 6012 here. How is everybody today? I hope you're good. I'm good. So, yes, welcome back to the bunker. Let's just slow down and get out of that there so we can move. Haha. Right, so yes, a few things to get on with today. Obviously, I've already made a little bit of a start on things. So let's have a little bit of a look around just quickly before the sun comes up. So, yes, down here, if you weren't here last episode, because this is basically part 2 of last episode, because last episode just took too long. So here's all our timers. The timers will be very relevant for today. And another thing, actually, just before I do this now, I haven't actually tried this, so hang on, let's turn that on. So we have oxygen in here, and if I open the door, my visor went down. Fantastic. So that is a mod which is called, what's it called? It's called Smarter Suit, and that's by Sisk. Yeah, Smarter Suit by Sisk, and it automatically drops the visor when you go through a door. And let's just look, and when we get oxygen, it opens it. So that's good, and we're just wasting oxygen now. I did also grab the keyword for this, but that was Jared Lynch recommended that mod to me. So thanks, Jared. And yeah, there's the hydrogen engine keyword. So that's all on there. So yes, let's have a quick look around. Obviously, I have my solar array. So just before we started today, and morning is coming, so you can just see the sun's sort of starting to dawn is approaching very quickly, so we need to get on with things. So I did put on an extra lot of solar panels on each of these. So the other thing I also did was put some lights on, and these are warning lights here, so I know that they're actually working. Because of course, once I get a trigger for when morning arrives, the other thing I can do is I have got the base lights set up. So if I go into here, I do actually have all my exterior lights. So I've been doing this with the intention of being able to turn these off during the day. And there's the solar light indicators. So that's the plan. Part of the process of getting these to get to work, to start, and I'll cover that in a second in case you missed last episode, is to, when the sun comes up and triggers this to start, it will also trigger the warning lights as part of that. So they're obviously on at the moment. Well, we could turn them off, couldn't we? Turn them off. And then it will, and then probably a little bit later, I'll maybe give it a sort of a 15-minute or 20-minute delay, and I'll turn the lights off and have some sort of, maybe one of the timers turn them back on. That could work actually. Let's just do that now. Let's do solar array rotor reset. So that's going to be after 2 hours. So I think on that one, we can actually add lights because it'll be starting to get dark by then. Exterior lights, there it is. So we'll turn them on. Okay, so that's sorted. So yeah, with these timers, once the trigger for sunlight hits, then we have the hinges will start. So where's our phase 1? So the hinges will start, the rotors will start. There's also a bit of slowing down and speeding up, and then these timers start. So yeah, there's multiple timers because the maximum is 60 minutes on a timer, whereas I need to sort of work on sort of hour and a quarter, 2.5 hours. So yeah, As when the sun hits, these hinges will fold back and get these from near vertical to near horizontal, and then halfway through the day they will reverse and go back down to vertical. So they'll start off with the sun coming up, and when it's overhead they should be flat, and when the sun's going down over there they should be vertical again. And the rotor will just creep around as the day goes. I mean, we're on the equator, but this is all relevant. If you were off the equator, you could set it however you wanted. Because I am doing this not specifically in mind of Xbox users, but hey, if you can find this useful, and I can just slightly go out of my way, then it's worth it, you know. Yeah. So that's cool. And then when it gets over there and the sun eventually goes down after a good amount of time, the hinge will already be in the right place, but the rotor will reverse and it will speed up. And morning is coming. So let's get into it. Actually, just one thing I need to do with that smarter suit is there are some terms. So the other thing, I mean, really, the mask thing doesn't worry me that much, but what it's got is it's got the ability to change the fuel warning, additional fuel warning. So it puts in another fuel warning. So, because 10 is not, it just tells you that you're going to die. You know, it doesn't tell you. So I think this is the term here, enable additional fuel warning. Yes, cool. So that's done that. And I need to set it. So smarter suit. And there's other things you can do with it, with your jetpack and stuff, but this is all I really want. I need to set, okay, fuel threshold, and I'm going to put it to 0.2. Yeah, because I set this up on Triton before I exited the game, so you haven't seen it on camera, but before I exited the game. If I did it 0.25, then it triggers every time. That would be useful, but it triggers every time it gets to that, even though the hydrogen bottle refills you. So the hydrogen should refill me. So that just gives me a bit more time up my sleeve. Yeah, okay, great. Right, yes, so we need to get on with this. So what I want to do is I need to create a bit of a gap. So let's just get rid of you. Now this is actually going to be a little bit trickier than I originally envisaged, and this is why I haven't quite figured it out. So what it's going to be is small. I'm going to have a small grid solar, and it's going to be pointed at. I'm just wondering whether I actually want to do it over there, because this is going to be. No, it'll be alright. It'll be good here. It'll be good. Alright. So the problem I've got is that I'm not even there. I'm just gonna. Sorry. I'm just gonna dig this out a little bit. Not too much. Just use it on that mode. Yeah. So the predicament I've got is that I was always going to use a small grid solar panel, and that was kind of going to be the trigger as such. So let's just, so I need to keep this grid separate. I'll just connect it for now, and that basically when this when the sun came up and hit on the solar panel, then that would be enough for it to power and get a timer happening. So we're going to put you there. And I'm going to put a rotor in. And that's not a rotor, that's a rotor. again, I think I need to... Oh, this is going to blow up now. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. But that's okay. Alright. So yeah, when the sun hits it, because it'll have no batteries, but that will be enough to power it. As I was saying. So yeah, no batteries on it. And when the... that wasn't right. And when the sun hits the small grid solar panel, it will power some timers. And then with that, once they're powered, then I can... let me get rid of this, because I'll have some of that in there. Yeah, once I get it powered,
Energy
the timer,
low.
that can sort of start to kick in. As I say, the problem that I have is that the connectors don't need power to connect anymore, so I'm going to have to put some extra little thing in there to deal with that. Let's just put you, and I think we can put you like that, and really. Okay, so yeah, it will all make sense, and I hope it works. But time is not on my side. Okay, so what we want to do is we're going to need to get some more power. What we've got. Let's jump in there for a second. Alright, so we need some timers. We need a solar panel. When the solar panel hits the timer, then yeah, okay. I'm getting it clear in my own mind now. So let's do right. Okay, so what we need to do is do that, and we're going to need a solar panel. We can sort of have it sideways as well, doesn't need to be upright. Like that, I think. What I'm going to do is I know this seems a bit finicky, but this is what I sort of need to do, because I want that like that. That's a bit unfortunate. So we need to have it a little bit higher, I think. But we can put in some timers. So actually, let's start down here. I don't know how many timers I need, so we'll put 3 in. It is a shame that sensors don't have the option. So Keen, if you're listening, I think it would be quite good if really this button. Okay. I think it would be quite good if you had the ability for sensors to actually sense sunlight. I don't know how that would sort of operate, but I think it would be quite good. Let's just get you on this. Trying. So the other thing that I'll be doing today is doing some rabbit burrowing. Where is the sun coming up? So the sun is coming up over there underneath that blue thing, I think. Yeah, it comes up over there. So we'll rotate that around. Actually, do we... a smart thing to do would have just been to put that on the other side. Now this won't rotate, this will be locked in position. In fact, an even better thing to do would be what I was planning to do anyway, which is grab some of these. Why can't I place you? That's weird. I can place you there. That's real weird. So what hasn't got an attach point? Is it the... It's the timers. The timers don't have an attach point. How... That's annoying. Okay, but that's alright. Sort of all over the place here, but that's okay. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this way it's not going to get any light on the back. So I'm definitely familiar with the need some more steel. I'm very familiar with Izzy's solar script. I've not used it on a planet before, on a grid, static grid. Or base, I should say. I've used it, of course, quite a bit for various satellites that I had on Hephaestus Prime, or above Hephaestus Prime. So yeah, quite familiar with that. As I say, I just wanted to try this just to sort of stretch my skills a bit and just see how I go. Now, something interesting here, just to make you aware of, and I could be wrong with this, but I don't think I am. On the Mars rover, you remember that? I basically framed, as soon as I find the right thing, yeah, I framed it with these blocks. That actually stopped it from working. So just something to be aware of. Okay, so let's turn you around. And I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe a little bit more. From here. Okay, I'm going to make that 35. There we go. Okay, so actually I think that's 40, because then that'll be the same as these. Okay, so that's our trigger solar panel. Okay, so that's just going to sit there doing its thing. Then I'm going to have to put a hinge on. Do I just go with a small grid, or do I go with a large grid? I can probably just go. I was only thinking going small grid. We'll go small grid. We'll stick with it. So that height there.
Energy low.
Just trying to get that there. Okay. So that's fine. Let's just rotate you around there. And one of those on. Just see how we go. I'm going to put one of these like that. Yeah, that'll work. In fact, oh, bother. Come on. Oh, stay down there then. Silly thing. Alright. So that's, yeah, I can. What's going on?
Energy critical.
Then we need one of them. If I can attach it. Oh, really? Really? What are you doing there? Okay, so let's make sure. What we may need to do is rotate you the other way. And extend you right out. We'll just bring you back a little bit. Are we clear? No, we're not quite clear, so it's probably going to do the same thing. So that middle block that I just took off. Ugh.
No energy.
Nuts. Alright, we'll get onto this. We'll make it happen. So as I was saying, also be rabbit burrowing to connect these up underground. And I'll probably put a door in down in that timer room to get access to that. So that's a little bit of a plan there. Alright, so that's cool. Now it fits. Now it fits. And just to be a little bit of a perfectionist, we will just line the top of it. Okay, so rotate this back around the other way. How's that lined up? That's pretty good. Pretty good. So the next question is that will probably lock. Yeah, it does lock. So, oh, glad I added that block on because that's. Yeah, I think that I need to retract that, and that might have to be part of the system. I don't think I need to, but just to be on the safe side, I think I want to. And morning is rapidly approaching. Right, so we're going to call this timer solar trigger. I'll just name these. Solar trigger. You can turn off. all off of there. So that's fine. Right. This one here. Solar trigger. So this, I just really try and do... Oh no, we need that on. I do try to keep this sort of... keep my things clean, you know, so if I can get them off the old... off the control panel, all the better. And connector, solar trigger. And this one as well. Connector, solar trigger. With that we can just get rid of all of these. Alright, so that's fine. Good. Okay, so what we want to do is we need to set one of these up. So we're going to call this trigger phase 1. Now this is going to rotate, I think every 3 minutes. It doesn't need to do it that often. So, where are we? Phase 1. So I'm going to restart itself. So it's always trying to do it. So that's fine. And then part of it will be extending that. Connecting that. So every 3 minutes it's going to try and extend this, and it's going to try and lock this. In fact, I'm just wondering if it should only be 60 seconds. Seconds will do. Okay, so that's cool. Why does that HUD stuff? Alright, so that's cool. That should... Yeah, and it needs to start... Oh, I didn't want to do that. It needs to also start the phase 1 trigger. So hinge reset, hinge 2, solar array phase 1. And it needs to trigger that. And part of that trigger, solar phase 1, is it's going to need to stop the solar trigger. So it needs to stop that one from trying to do itself again. Okay, so that's fine. And in actual fact, if we start you, it doesn't work until that sun comes on. I think that's going to be it. So when the sun hits the solar panel, gives a bit of charge, it will be enough to get the timer working, and then that timer will turn on the piston to extend, and it will try and lock. And yeah, once it's locked, it will trigger that one to turn that one off. So then we just need to figure out the reset on it. So how are we going to do that? So after an hour, Just let me think about this. I don't think that piston's going to work. So this is the problem I've got, is the reset. It's not initiating it, it's the resetting it. Okay. Because how can I tell this to do its thing while I could put a battery on and turn the battery off. That could work. I think that will work. So I will have a battery on it, but I can turn that battery off. Yeah, that will work. Okay, so yep, let's do that. Let's get rid of you. Yeah, here I was thinking the battery couldn't be charged, but in actual fact, it's just I can turn it off, which would be simple. So I'm going to get rid of... Alright, fantastic. We're getting there, we're getting there. So I could even do that on the night one. What am I looking for? Battery. Oh, here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. That's okay. Off. Want you off. Rotor solar trigger. Alright, so yeah, I guess we just wait for the sun. See what happens, whether it kicks it off, and then we can get into organising the... Yeah, I didn't think about that. I did not think about that, putting the battery in and turning it off. So yeah, basically, once this connects, that's fine. When it comes time to reset, so in 3 hours time, this can send a message to here to retract, disconnect, retract, and then after a little while, yeah, after like 30 seconds, start the timer and turn the battery off. Okay, so that's going to be solar battery off. And we want that one for like 21 seconds. And this one's going to be
Energy low.
solar trigger reset. And that one is going to be... Well, that can be a trigger. That can be a trigger. Oh. Okay, so if we do... I'll need to wait till it's connected. Let's just get rid of you. Yeah, this will work. This will work. And in fact, that one there can turn the battery on. Solar trigger phase 1 can also turn the battery on. Oh, this is gonna work out. This is gonna work out. Okay, so what was the other thing? Oh, I was just gonna solar trigger. Cool, cool. All right. Oh, sun's coming. Sun's coming. Excited, excited, excited. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, this is awesome timing. I've just finished it in time. Let's just get some charge. Turn the lights off. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. My tail is wagging. Hope this works, because I've only got one morning. Don't want to have to wait another 5 hours. Oh, there we go. We've got power. We've got that happening. There we go. It's just going to take a minute to cycle. Already I think this is going to work. So morning has come. There it goes. There it goes. Oh, I have to wait another minute for it to connect. But I needed a minute because I need to do stuff in between. And there we go. It's connected. It's got these moving, I think. Let's turn those off. Are you moving? I think they are. They are moving. Ever so slowly, they are moving. Woo, okay, so that's worked. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. I don't think it's going to work, just out of interest. Can I? No, I can't. Well, that might be separate grids. Right, so that's good. Good. Okay, so now the next one will be on the reset, bearing in mind that this is going to be in the dark. We need to set up actions and the solar trigger reset. So if we trigger that, so bearing in mind this is in 3 hours time when the sun's down, that will trigger and that will disconnect the solar trigger connection, unlock it, reverse the battery, reverse the piston, and then it needs to start the, it needs to start the phase 1 trigger. Bearing in mind that takes a minute, and then it needs to also start the battery off. And when the battery off hits, I mean, it only needs to be the time that it takes for that piston to go back, and we turn off the battery. And I think that's it. Fantastic. So yeah, in 3 hours time, when these have moved around and the sun's gone down, it will trigger the one to start, which works in the morning. It will trigger this to unlock and return, and then sort of 20 seconds later, before this one has a chance to actually send it back the other way, it will turn the battery off. Awesome, 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 awesome. That is super fantastic. Alright, just going to grab a bit of a recharge. So that's good. So we'll just keep an eye on that probably today and next episode. I'm not very happy with the fact that that one there is casting a shadow over that one. Doesn't matter too much for these, but that's just going to be too bad, I think. Let's just have a look at our batteries. How long are they going to take to reach? Fully recharged in 5 hours. Okay, so we are going to need some more of these, although they're completely empty. I mean, I will put more in, even if I don't need them, but I think I will need them. Alright, yeah, so that's fine. Oh, the other thing we need to do is, if we've got a spare battery, were the lights on? Were the lights on? Okay, so solar trigger phase 1. No, I already turned them on, didn't I? In here. No, I didn't. I set them off to turn off, didn't I? So what we want is the exterior lights. I think we can turn them off now. It's bright enough. So we can turn those off. And then we need the solar indicator lights. Turn them on. And then if we go into the solar array reset, we can turn them off. But I think the number 2 would be the best time to turn on the lights, which clearly I've done already. I'm just so wrapped with that. That's worked out well. Fantastic. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave today, because this is taking a while. But yeah, what I actually just do need to do when I was thinking about it was just turn off those lights and turn on those lights, because they should have been done on the timer, but I didn't quite have that set up. Right. Oh, there's an aux carrier. When did that turn up? Okay. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, I'll do it off camera. I'm going to connect these underground. So if you haven't sort of seen me do that before, what I tend to do is grab a projector or 2. I think it'll be 2 in this case. Just temporary ones. That's for those. And that on there. So I'll just load those up with my template. So I've got the straight line template. Straight line template. Cool. Alright, so that's that. Just check that these are, yeah, they're twisting, they're turning. That's good. So yeah, I can move these around. Do what I need to do with them. So that one's fine. Yeah, just go. Yeah, and we'll head underground with that. A bit more. Anyway, leave that with me, and yeah, we will do something. Let's just turn you off. Don't need those. Right. So yeah, let's just stand here, shall we? And like that. Alright, that's better. Right, so, yes, thanks everybody for watching today. Hope you did enjoy today's episode. Possibly a little bit of a monotonous one, but I was quite excited by it because, yeah, I've been thinking for a very long time how to make this sort of solar array work here. And, yeah, really happy, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to reset. So, fingers crossed, we'll figure that out next time. Yes, so until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. Have a good one.